What's up, everybody? It is Dan, Cam, you know, and I am back with another video. And what we're going to be talking about today is my final verdict on the HP Omen 25L. We'll go over my experience with it, what I have learned, and what you can expect if you are planning on buying this system. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as I finished recording my intro, my cats are having a wrestling match right behind me, so I felt this was very important footage to include. So let's see how Freddy and little Daphne, oh, and there they go. To start things off, I just want to say thank you for all the support recently. I'm at just about 350 subscribers, and our Omen Discord group is at about 100. So if you have any questions regarding an Omen you're looking at or one that you currently own, or if you just want to stop by and chat, please feel free to join our Discord group. It is linked in the description and in the pinned comment. So I just want to start off this review with a reminder that not all Omen builds are going to be the same. While there are the different models like the 25L, which I own, the 30L, the older Obelisk models, each Omen build is going to slightly vary. Some may have Intel processors, some may have AMD processors, some may have AMD graphics cards, and some might have NVIDIA graphics cards. So I just want you to keep that in mind as you're watching this review and you're doing research on buying your own. So I have owned my Omen 25L for about 3 months now, and I've been documenting all of my findings and little tips and tricks and, little modifications I've made to the PC. So if you'd like to check out any of the videos I've made previously, they are on my channel. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this thing a rating out of 10 right off the bat, and I'm going to have to give this computer a solid 7.5, and here's why. To start this review off, I'm just going to go over some pros for the computer. And the first one being is that the computer looks great. It's got this really nice gray metallic finish on the outside, and it's also got the clear side panels so you can see inside and see all the components working. And then I was really surprised when I got the computer that HP did such a good job with cable management. I was expecting a mess of green, yellow, and red cables going everywhere, but they used all black cables, and the cable management is actually extremely good. So I was very satisfied with how the computer came. The second pro is going to be that literally right out of the box, the computer is ready to go. You're just going to place it where you want it to go. You're going to hook up your monitor, and you're going to set up the power cable, and then you're going to press the power button, and then within a few seconds, you've already set up Windows, and the computer is ready to go. So one of the most important pros is for gaming, this computer performs extremely well. It is a gaming computer, and most of the people looking at this computer are probably solely going to game on it. And in that aspect, it has been fantastic for me. If you're gaming at 1080p, you can expect frames anywhere from 120 to 200 frames per second. And if you're at 1440p resolution, you'll probably see anywhere from 60 to 120, depending on the game. And I haven't seen many people 4K game at this, mainly because a lot of the graphics cards in the Omens do not support 4K, but I know there are some 2080 Ti models out there that can support 4K. It's just not the most common graphics card you'll see, but it handles gaming with absolutely no problems, and I have tried multiple games now, and the experience has been great. Another pro for this computer is going to be for support. With how large of a company that HP is, they are obviously going to have quite a large support staff. So whatever questions or concerns you may have, it seems like they have been pretty helpful. And even if they can't resolve your issue, it seems like returns and exchanges with them have been no problem. So moving on to the cons for the computer, the first one is going to be for the upgradability and size of the PC. Because it is so small, it makes upgrading a little bit difficult. Just say if you wanted to upgrade your power supply, you got to keep in mind that it's got to fit a certain dimension or it's not going to fit in the case. And for a lot of Omen users, the first thing they want to change is the CPU cooler. So if you're planning on buying a better air cooler, you've got to find one that's not too tall that it's going to hit the side panel. And even if you wanted to go with a liquid cooler, you are limited to a 120 millimeter liquid cooler, which there are a lot of options, but it does limit them. And myself, I wanted to keep this stock CPU cooler, so I wanted to add some fans for some better airflow, but there really is only a spot at the top of the case for an additional fan. I did make one work at the bottom of the case, but there is no bracket. It's just sitting freely down there. So it makes upgrading just a little bit difficult with how small this case really is. Another con for this computer is going to be for settings adjustments. And if you go into the computer's BIOS, you'll notice that HP has completely locked pretty much any adjustments you can make. While normally you can go in there and you can change your CPU fan speed, you can overclock the computer. There's basically a whole mess of adjustments that you can make within the BIOS, but HP has pretty much locked it except for testing certain components and other small changes that you can make. Now, the biggest con I feel for this computer is going to be its cooling. Now, HP has used basically the absolute bare minimum to keep this PC cool. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I've been battling trying to keep these temperatures down. And for the most part, I have resolved almost all temperature issues. But right out of the box, the computer does run a little bit warm. And while the temperatures are safe, I want to keep this computer as cool as possible so it lasts as long as possible. At least, my warranty period, which is 4 years. And I really wish HP would have just spent a little bit more time on keeping this PC cool and even charged $50 more, $100 more for this machine for a stock liquid cooler and, more airflow in the case. I just feel it's one thing they really shouldn't have overlooked the way they did. So in conclusion, would I recommend the HP Omen 25L? Absolutely. Is it the right computer for you? Well, I guess that's really dependent on what your needs may be. But if you're looking for a computer that you can simply take it out of the box, hook up your monitor, hook up the power cord, press the power button, and after a few quick updates, you can be gaming with great results, then I would say this computer is right for you. And to elaborate a little bit further on the cooling issues the computer has, now you can still hook this computer up and the temperatures will run a little bit warm, but the computer will be fine. But I feel the couple things you really need to do when you get this computer are remove the bracket that is at the top of the case. And if you go back to my in-depth HP Omen video, I describe on how to remove that. That'll create some airflow through the top of the case. And the most important adjustment I think you can make on this is within your minimum and maximum processor state. Now I have mine set at a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 99%. And that has seemed to resolve almost all cooling issues that I have with the computer. And just to show you how easy this is to adjust, you're going to come down to your settings. You're going to head into System and Power and Sleep, and then Additional Power Settings. Now yours is going to be on the balance plan. I would recommend just leaving it there, but go into Change Plan Settings, and then change Advanced Power Settings. Then within your power options, you are going to scroll down and expand on the Processor Power Management tab, and then open up Minimum and Maximum. And you're going to change your minimum to 5%, and you're going to change your maximum to 99%. And this has literally resolved all temperature issues that I have had with the computer, and it has resulted in 0 performance loss. So you're going to go ahead and click Apply, and then go ahead and click OK. And with removing the top bracket and adjusting the minimum and maximum processor state, you're going to have a great computer that can pretty much handle any task that you throw at it, from gaming to rendering to streaming to web browsing. The computer can pretty much handle it all. So if you are on the fence about buying this computer, I would just go ahead and recommend doing it. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was informative. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to comment down below, and subscribe if you are new, and like the video if you liked it, and dislike it if you disliked it. And I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a great day.